Mr. Taliaferro TV, how's everybody doing out there? Zion Williamson has officially declared for the NBA draft. He did it moments ago via his Instagram account, had a message to that Duke fan base, and he let them know that this had been the best year of his life. I'm summarizing here, and that it's now time for him to start the next chapter, as he is expected by most to be the #1 pick in the 2019 NBA draft. Worst case scenario, this guy didn't fall no further than #2, but most likely he'll be #1 in the NBA draft. Let's play with something here though real quick. There's a couple things about this story that gave me enough to want to come on camera, right? I think there's a few interesting elements here to just how Zion went about announcing that he would be entering the NBA draft. He didn't announce the day after his Duke team was eliminated by Michigan State. He waited a week or two, right? And I thought this was very strategic, and I like what Zion Williamson did here. First and foremost, he could have announced during the Wooden Awards. You know, they've been doing award ceremonies left and right. Zion opted not to announce before then. He waited, he waited, he waited. And I'm starting to believe there has to be somebody in Zion's inner circle that either has advice or has like some type of knowledge dealing with NBA athletes. I just don't believe he's getting advice solely from his mom and dad. I'm not trying to take anything away from his parents. There has to be somebody around his inner circle. I don't want to go to speculating. We could throw the theory out there that maybe Zion had some help from an agent or something like that for quite some time, quite some time, excuse me, and it just ain't got out to the public. I'm not saying that, but there's always that possibility, because just the way that Zion's going about doing things has just been on the money. So he waits a week or two to say, yo, I'm going to the NBA draft, right? He says, yo, I'm thinking of, the report comes out through multiple sources that Zion's considering coming back to school because he didn't like how things panned out, his Duke team losing before they made it to the Final Four, right? Like that story came out, and I thought it was just great strategic marketing, right? Because if this kid didn't need more, like that competitive nature that's already around his name. Remember, the kid got injured at Duke and didn't have to come back after the injury. He could have just sat the rest of the season out and got ready for the NBA draft. But he opted to come back for the ACC tournament, and he dominated. He proved without a shadow of a doubt that he was obviously the best player on that Duke team and the best player in the country, right? So he comes back, shows out for his Duke team. They make a run. He literally shows so many facets of his game. For those who hadn't seen, he grows that audience with the ACC tournament and the NCAA tournament. His fan base grows. It's through the roof right now. And dude ain't played a minute of professional basketball. And I'm like, yo, now on top of that, you're telling everyone, you know, I need a week or two to think about, do I want to go back to school? Am I done with college? Because once I go to the NBA, there's no coming back to school. Maybe I want to give it one more run with Coach K. Even if there was no truth in that at all. And I don't think he ever strongly considered going back to Duke just to play college basketball again when he knows he should be getting paid for his services. Like, just the narrative around that just to me is so great. It's so smart and strategic. I like it a lot. Let me throw something else out there to you. Now, I'm just shooting the shit right now. I have no evidence behind this at all. I knew Zion had somebody around him that knows what the heck they're doing. The way they handled that shoe incident. Remember, against North Carolina, the biggest game of the year, Barack Obama was in attendance. Zion, in the first, 38 seconds, he blows out his shoe. Foot literally goes through his shoe. Done for the game. And again, like I said earlier, he didn't come back into the ACC tournament, right? I'm just going to throw this out there. What if somebody in his team made it so he bust through his shoe on purpose, and that injury was a facade? Now, I think it's very risky because you really could have did something to your shoe, or you did something to your knee or something like that for real. But damn, wouldn't it not be strategic marketing? Like, fam, reportedly, Zion is about to get close to $100 million and a signature shoe out the gate, as top bidders like Nike, Adidas, and other shoe companies are giving it their all right now to get Zion. Do you know how much money that is for a guy who ain't played a minute of professional basketball? Like, LeBron ain't getting no $100 million, and he got a great deal with Nike coming in. Kobe ain't getting no $100 million. Like, KD ain't got the, I don't know, is Durant's deal even $100 million right now? Fam, $100 million and a signature shoe? Only 13 dudes in the NBA got signature shoes right now. Meaning, we obviously know the LeBrons and the Kevin Durants of the world. They got their signature shoes. Then you got like the Damian Lillards of the world. But Dame's like a star in the league. Like for Zion to come in with a signature shoe, unheard of. That is crazy. So I'm just saying, look, I don't know if the guy bust through the shoe on purpose. Probably not. But we can't rule that out. Like, I just think whoever's around this dude is smart. And I'll end this video with this, right? As we look forward to the next chapter in Zion's career. The only reason why I would have considered staying in school, not because of freaking trying to go win a championship at Duke. Who cares about that in the grand scheme of things? But I would have thought about this in this regard. Zion is going to be the #1 pick in this draft, in next year's draft, and whenever he decided to come out. 3 years ago, I don't care who he's in the draft with, he's going to be a top pick. What if he don't want to go to Cleveland, Chicago, New York? What if Zion wanted to wait it out, because the draft lottery is in a couple weeks. What if he wanted to wait it out, and if Cleveland gets the #1 pick, I saw what LeBron had to deal with Dan Gilbert. What if I don't want to go through that? What if I wait it out and just do this again next year? See, he had waited so long to announce that he was declaring for the NBA draft. I thought he was just going to wait till the draft lottery happened. That's what I would have advised him to do, because he's waited so long. I am at the point now where if I was Zion, fam, because like he knows he's a hot commodity, he knows he's gonna be top 3 picks. Let's say Cleveland and Chicago get the #1 and #2 picks, and he doesn't want to be a Bull and he doesn't want to be a Cavalier, right? Just throw that out there. What if Zion just said, you know what? Let's do this again next year. I don't want to go to either one of those teams. And instead of already gaining like a bad rep as the guy who refuses to play for Cleveland or refuses to play Chicago, you can't get mad at the kid if he just says, I'm going back to school. What can you do? You can't fault the kid for going to get another year of education, right? To play for free. I thought he was going to wait till then, but look, he's already made a decision. He's going forward. And for what I've been told about the kid is willing to play for any team out there. He ain't being picky. No one wants to end up in Cleveland. No one wants to end up in certain cities, right? Like, there are certain cities that I'm sure guys would rather not play in, just how they've handled their team. And like New York's an iffy one for me. New York got a lot of cap room. And what if they get Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving, but the owner, James Dolan, done got a good rep with his players? Like, I don't know if I'm Zion. Do I want to play for that team or not? Y'all talk to me in the comment box below. As Zion has officially declared for the NBA draft, what team would you like to see him on? And what team do you think will end up with him? As the NBA draft lottery format has changed a little bit, it gives more teams an opportunity to potentially have the #1 pick. We'll see how it goes. Zion, the phenom out of Duke, is officially NBA bound. I'm out. I came from nothing, but I want everything God has for me. I interview celebrities. I talk sports. I still represent the culture.
Got the kids, they are now tuned in.
Yeah, we locked in right now, Mr.
Mr.Taliaferro.
Mr.Taliaferro. Shout out to Mr. Taliaferro.
You're watching Mr.Taliaferro TV.
Mr.Taliaferro TV. Here with the triple B's, you can't do nothing but win.